Hello everyone, it's Shannon with Shannon's Crafty DIYs. Welcome to my channel. Today I am in another fun 5 under 5 challenge. This one is Christmas tiered trays. And this one, of course, is always hosted by Emily with Farmhouse Chic, Missy with Crafty Cove, and now guest host is Amanda with 6 kids and a glue gun. I'm going to leave all their links in the description box below. Please go over and say hello, and the playlist will be in the description box as well. So let's jump into DIY number 1. So again, I just did another video on Friday. My good friend Carrie with Carrie's Crafts and Things sent me these awesome buffalo check beads, some black and white ones and the red and black. I'm so excited to have these. Thank you so much, Carrie. So now I'm just taking some of my other wooden beads, the same size. I think these are a 12 millimeter diameter. So I've just painted 6 of the beads just with black acrylic paint. And while that's drying, I'm just going, well, actually it is dry, sorry. I'm just going to take some of this knitting yarn from the Dollar Tree. It is black. Now I have used yarn in the past and I used like 1 strand to thread the beads. I just find the yarn does stretch a lot. So I do use 2 strands through the beads, and that way it's a little bit stronger. And again, you just saw my famous floss threader to thread the yarn through the holes. So to make the tassel, I always use this particular lid because I know it's like the perfect length for my tassel. You could make a tassel to whatever size you want. If you don't have a lid like this, you can always cut out a piece of cardboard. All you're doing is essentially wrapping it around however many times you want, depending on the thickness. So I like to do 25 times, and here I am just cutting off the excess. And now I'm going to take a longer string so that way I can wrap it around the top of the tassel to seal everything, and then also I'm going to thread the garland through the top of the tassel as well. And you will see in just a moment I will use my floss threader. I always like to thread a little bit of the excess yarn through the first 2 to 3 beads. That way you do also have a little bit more security for the beads not falling off, and it just looks nicer. And here I just cut open the bottom of the tassel, and you're just going to essentially give it a little haircut just to make it all nice and straight, just like I'm doing here. So I got these ornaments from the Dollar Tree. They are super, super cute. I thought they would have had the real ribbon on it, but they didn't. You can always add your own. Again, you could use a Cricut and do whatever you want with and make it any sign that you want. This one does say naughty or nice. You know, it could be a partner's gift or something like that, but I think it's still cute, naughty or nice. You know, kids are naughty and nice, right? So I'm just using one of those, and I'm going to thread it through the other end of the garland and just tie a little knot. Easy peasy. Like I said, this is very customizable as well. You can even use the black and white beads as well that I got from Carrie. Oh, thank you again, Carrie, so much. I just love this garland. Thank you. And stay tuned till the end of the video. That way you will see the big final reveal of all the DIYs that I did. So DIY number 2, just taking one of these plastic scoops from the Dollar Tree. This one was a 2-pack because it is the larger ones. I do have the smaller scoops from the Dollar Tree. I think it comes in a 3-pack. You guys know I did my lemon tier tray decor. That was my 5 under 5 back in, I think it was June or July. I can't remember, but anyway, I'm just painting the inside of the scoop with 3 coats of black acrylic paint. I always just use my hair dryer to speed up the drying process in between colors. And I didn't show you here, but I also just painted the lid red as well, and again using my blow dryer. So I had these letters. These actually came from the Dollar Tree as well. I'm just spelling out the word Mary and giving it another coat of red paint. So I already had it from the lid, so I'm just going to use it again and paint the letters. So I'm just showing you here, I put the words Mary right in the middle of the scoop. I did, like I said, I did this with my lemon one as well. So I'm just going to hot glue them all in place. I always like to place everything first just to make sure that it fits all properly, and then keeping them as they are, then you can go ahead and hot glue them. So I'm just using some of this spare red and black buffalo check ribbon, and I'm just going to make a simple shoelace bow here. And just love this greenery from the Dollar Tree. You can always pick these things apart and make them smaller. So that's what I'm doing here. And I'm just going to hot glue it just to the handle of the scoop. And just taking this berry pick from the Dollarama. This was a 4-pack, and I just always like to cut these things up a little bit smaller. And it's gonna hot glue a little embellishment in the middle of the bow. DIY number 3. You guys have seen these triangular succulent decor displays. What would you want to call these? Anyway, I think these came out last year. I know they came out again this year as well, but I've had those actually since last year. So I just take it apart. There was a pin in there to hold the succulent, so I just used my pliers to pull that out. And what I'm going to do here is just paint the inside of the triangle just with some black acrylic paint, and then I'm also going to paint the white part with the Deco Art red paint as well. So here's how they turned out. So I'm just going to reattach everything with some hot glue. So I've had this ribbon from the Dollarama for since last year. I did make some of those little Christmas ornaments with the tumbling towers, and I used these. I just cut each shape out and put them in the middle of each ornament. However, I really loved the Christmas tree here, so it is buffalo check as well. So I'm cutting out one of the Christmas trees because I want to put it in the center of the triangle, and I'm just going to snip around the edges. Now the ribbon is super soft and bendable, so what I like here is super easy trick using one of these chopping mats from the Dollar Tree. It acts as it hardens the tree, so that way it almost looks like it's on cardboard or whatnot. So I like this idea, and I just use my glue stick to attach it to the mat. And voila, it's stiff. So now I'm just going to attach one of these cubes from the Dollar Tree. It already was painted black from another DIY, and just attaching it to the tree, and then that way it elevates the tree, makes it look 3D in the triangle. And speaking of tumbling tower blocks, I am going to be using 4 here as well, just to make the stem or of the trunk of the tree, just hot gluing all 4 together. I didn't show you here, but I did end up painting them with the Waverly Antique Wax as well. So here it is all done. I like it as is, but you know me, I like to add a little embellishment, so I added some greenery to it as well. Oh yes, I'm just going to add one of these little stars that I used on my pink pine cones. I'm going to use one for the top of this tree as well. And before we move on, don't forget to check out this awesome playlist, the 5 Under 5 Challenge. Again, it is hosted by Emily with Farm Charm Chic, Missy with Crafty Cove, and of course, new guest host Amanda with 6 kids and a glue gun. Go over to their channels and say hello. So for this next DIY, I had one of these they're actually a gift card holder. I picked it up from TJ Maxx, I think like a few years ago, obviously before COVID. But you can use any sort of stacked books here. I just love this one because it was Buffalo check. And I'm just going to embellish it just a little bit. And I loved the Happy Holiday on the other side, but I'm just going to turn it over and keep it blank for now. Just use the other side because it is blank, I should say. So I'm just going to hot glue some of this red burlap ribbon from the Dollar Tree. I tried to use my glue stick, but it wasn't strong enough, so I did end up hot gluing it in the end. Check out these gorgeous gift tags from the Dollar Tree this year. You guys know which one I love the most, the Joy with the red truck, but I do love this season's greetings with the Christmas tree. So I'm just going to use some of this red jute twine and I'm going to thread it through the greeting tag. And I'm just going to wrap the twine around over the burlap just a few times just to give it a little bit more texture. And more greenery. Yes, guys, more greenery. So just going to hot glue it to where I tied the knot. Now, I could have left it off there. However, I had these bottle brush trees from the Dollar Tree last year. I love them because they're super small and cute. So I'm just going to add some height to the book because I am planning on laying it flat on my tier tray. So you guys will have to let me know when you see the final reveal. So you will notice I did 4 DIYs, but however, this 5th DIY is this tier tray that I made with those element covers from the Dollar Tree. Gave everything a coating of red acrylic paint, and the stand itself is one of those vases from the Dollar Tree as well. I just used E6000 to glue everything and make sure that it was secure. What do you guys think of this tier tray? I love it. They all come together so well. I always have fun with this 5 Under 5 challenge. Remember, this is definitely hosted by Emily with Farm Charm Chic, Missy with Crafty Cove, and guest host is Amanda with 6 kids and a glue gun. I will leave all of their links in the description box below. The playlist will be in the description box as well. So please go over and say hello to everybody. And that is it, guys. I hope you had so much fun in this video with me. And remember to hit that subscribe button, click the bell button, and give it a big thumbs up if you guys like what you see. That's it. Have a wonderful weekend. We'll see you guys later. Bye.